Welcome in, Aquarius. Thank you so much for joining me today. For those of you that are new, welcome in, guys. My name's Lisa. Welcome to Say It's Whole Tarot. For those of you returning, welcome back, guys. I did want to give a big shout out to those of you who take the time to make a comment or like on the video or subscribe. Really does make a huge difference, and I really do appreciate it. So thank you so much. As always, guys, general read. This can be your mid-month May reading, good till the end of the month. But as you know, time is fluid. So if you're drawn in by the title, don't be dissuaded by the timestamp on it. As always, guys, cross watchers, feel free to swap energy. Same thing for you, Aquarius. I did already pull a couple of oracle cards just to kind of see where you're at mid-month to the end of the month. And it's quite interesting, actually, what came out for you. I'm going to clarify, get some more information with tarot, get some feelings from the person on your mind, as well as how you're feeling, upcoming actions for the latter half of May, as well as pull some messages from your person's higher self at the end of the reading. So definitely stay tuned for that. I'm going to try and make it a little bit shorter, but usually my readings end up being quite long. So again, thanks for sticking it out. And again, hopefully you guys find something useful in this reading that resonates for you. So Aquarius, let's dive on in here. Definitely looks like right now, I feel like for a lot of you, I feel like for some of you, you've definitely had a bit of a wake-up call here about things that you've been doing, a little bit of self-sabotaging as far as, not eating properly or not doing things that you should be doing. So I feel like for a lot of you, you are spending a lot of time right now on, cleaning up your vibration just in general. So that could be, cleaning your house, decluttering. This could talk about, only spending time with people that lift you up instead of those that, you kind of feel like your energy is depleted after spending time with them. So whatever that might be for you, I feel like you are trying to kind of like work on yourself. I feel like there has been a fair amount of self-reflection going on. I mean, you do have Pluto in Aquarius now. It's going to be there for quite a while. So I feel like that energy is like probably hitting you guys pretty hard about, things that are not serving you and things that you need to do to clean things up a bit here. I feel like as well, on the bottom of the deck here for there are no coincidences, you got the Blades card. So that again talks about, removing things that are not serving you, trying to clean up maybe your behavior, how you, react, doing a lot of self-reflection about possibly how you show up in relationship in general. But I do feel like on some level here, but that vulture energy coming through, I mean, the vulture is a little bit misunderstood. So I feel like for a lot of you, you might feel like you're misunderstood as well. This also talks about, the vultures. So, it's kind of underrated. So again, you feeling maybe a little bit underrated, underappreciated for all the things that you do for the people that you care about. This also gives me the energy of you, as you can see, the vulture here has kind of like this purple kind of glowing energy. So I feel like for some of you, there definitely could be some energy around you, again, that you're not really feeling appreciated or feeling undervalued on some level here as well. I feel like, trying to clean that up. I feel like that's kind of what you've been doing here. So you also might kind of feel like you're getting picked on a bit. So I don't know if the person that you're with has been, grinding on you about things that you need to change. And I feel like maybe for some of you, you already know what those things are. You don't kind of really need to be reminded. So that could be also kind of what you're feeling here. But as far as the person on your mind here in love, again, I feel like you're trying to kind of clean up your act here. So I don't know if you're trying to make a comeback here, reconcile with somebody or not. We'll see what comes through in your tarot. But, you are holding back here. There's things I feel like you need to know more information. You need to have more information about a situation, a person, before you make a final decision here. So I feel like that's kind of where you're struggling here. Like you need to know more before you can like either move forward with a person or cut somebody out completely. So I feel like right now you're a little bit on the fence here, showing up here in the observer card, paying a lot of attention to this person. You might be also, looking at their social media to try and find out the information you're looking for. So for whatever reason, I feel like you and your person here definitely might be in no contact. And I feel like, either you're not really wanting to ask this person these questions directly, so you're trying to find out some information in a roundabout way here with the veiled card, and again, the vulture, like little tiny pieces of information, right, that you're trying to piece together. So I feel like for a lot of you, Aquarius, you probably have been spending a fair amount of time on your own, kind of getting very solo energy coming off of you. So maybe you just haven't really been feeling, all that social. And as I say that, I turn the deck over. We have the Hermit card. So again, doing a lot of self-reflection, I feel, lately. I mean, we did have Neptune was in Pisces, and now it's moved out of Pisces. So I definitely feel like for a lot of you, I feel like you kind of know what path you're moving on here. I feel like you are trying to, work on your relationships here, not only with other people, but also with yourself. So we'll see what comes through here. I'm going to ask about this veiled card first, get some information. Why is veiled here showing up for my Aquariuses, please? Mid to end of May. Why is veiled here for Aquarius? So King of Cups. So the King of Cups really talks about you trying to find balance, trying to figure out how you actually truly feel about a situation or a person. We have the Page of Cups. I feel like with that Page of Cups on the King of Cups, perhaps in the past, you kind of like, this kind of gives me the energy of a little bit of surface level. So maybe on the surface, you've kind of been surface level and not really examined your own internal feelings. Like you've kind of been burying them, not really wanting to share them, keeping them hidden, or feel like you need to kind of keep them hidden. And usually we do that when we're trying to like protect ourselves from, getting hurt by somebody. As well, you might also have some sort of vision and or dream with that Page of Cups about the situation or this person. So there's a little bit, I feel like, of a fantasy, or there could have been a fantasy around the situation. You could fantasize about this person, what, life would be like with this person if you were in a relationship with them. And it can also talk about, just trying to come to terms with your own feelings, how you actually truly feel. And I feel like that's why we probably saw that Hermit card on the bottom. As well, I feel like with the Strength card and the Knight of Pentacles, this is the underlying energy, and then we have the Star. So I feel like there's part of you here that is feeling a little bit dissatisfied about, either how you've shown up in a relationship or how your person has. And again, trying to kind of like really get in touch with your heart. Maybe you've been not so much in your heart for a long time. And again, kind of been surface level on some level here. Why the Observer card? Why the Observer card here for Aquarius? Yeah, look at that, Ace of Cups. So I feel like you want to know, you're trying to figure out how somebody is actually feeling currently. For some of you, you may have apologized to somebody recently. Yeah, I feel like there was something that happened that was unfair here with the Justice card. Yeah, look at that. Can't make it up. There's the Three of Swords. For some of you in a home situation, in order for you to get what it is that possibly that you're wanting here, Aquarius, you may have to hurt somebody that you care about. I'm getting that. With this Ace of Cups, Seven of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles, for some of you, again, wanting to know how somebody's feeling, you may have also given somebody the impression that you don't care about them, and that's not sitting well with you. So whatever falling out you may have had with somebody or a person, a situation, again, I feel like you're feeling a little bit sad about the situation. I feel like you are curious. The Seven of Cups can be a card of curiosity, whether or not this person still cares about you, and you feeling like, how is this person feeling? If I reach out to them, I'm trying to get a sense of, what's going on with them. Maybe this person usually posts, does a lot of posting on social media, and you're keeping an eye on that to kind of like figure out how they're feeling. If you reached out to them, what kind of reception would you get from them? Did they accept your apology here or not? So I feel like you're trying to find out that information before kind of like taking any action here towards this person. Yeah. So let's see how does this person currently feel about Aquarius? What does this person currently feel about my Aquariuses? So we have the Ace of Swords coming out. So what I just said is the truth, because followed by the Ace of Swords is Spirit's confirmation here. Nine of Pentacles. Page of Swords. All right, this person's waiting to hear from you, Aquarius. They're waiting for a message from you, for an opportunity to, reconcile with you or like start from scratch. So I feel like for a lot of you, this is kind of gives me the energy of something, you and this person, liking each other, but it was very premature with that Page of Swords. So kind of like a relationship started, but the brakes were put on it pretty quickly, and it didn't get a chance to like grow into anything more than something casual, is really what I'm getting. This person now, right now, Aquarius, they are spending their time, they're trying to, I feel like, stop thinking about the situation with you and just really concentrate on themselves. But they are hoping that they hear from you. So if you're wondering if you should reach out to this person, I feel like there's still an opportunity here to grow this Ace of Pentacles into the Ten of Pentacles. And as I say that, the Ten of Pentacles is on the bottom. So I feel like this person really did and or was hoping that that this Ace of Pentacles could grow into something a little bit more substantial, something that wasn't surface level. But there would definitely need to be some changes here for that to happen. Yeah, we have the Six of Wands, which is success. For you and this person to come together, it would take a lot of work and a lot of effort. I feel like you may know that, but again, I feel like you feel bad about, how things played out with this situation with this person. So whatever went down, definitely looks like there was some sort of moment here that's happened, maybe recently in April for others of you. It could have been a while ago. But let's see here if this person's going to take any action towards you. I don't feel like they are going to, but is this person going to take any action towards Aquarius mid-May to end of May, Spirit? No. So we have the Eight of Cups coming out. Can you tell me a little bit more about that Eight of Cups? Why the Eight of Cups here? Yeah, there's the Tower. So there definitely was a Tower moment. Something that happened pretty substantially between you and this person. Can I get another card on the Eight of Cups, please? All right, so too many cards, but all right. So again, this person, I feel like, still really cares about you. This person showing up as the Queen of Cups here. So I feel like this person was, showed you a lot of love. I feel like this person does still really care about you, Aquarius. So again, if you're worried about that, I feel like this person does have quite deep feelings here for you. I feel like they're trying to do their best here to kind of like still have some hope here. And again, following the path. Sometimes the moon for me anyway, really talks about there's mountains in the background. I feel like this person's just doing their thing, trusting the universe here that, if you and them are supposed to be together, having that trust, surrendering, whatever's meant for you is not going to pass you by. So I feel like this is really your person's energy, that they haven't quite given up hope in this situation with you. But again, I feel like this person's really hoping that they do hear from you and that they do have the opportunity to, get things off the ground, get things, moving in a direction, to build something special with you, Aquarius. So again, I feel like if you're wondering about that, I feel like this person would be open to hearing from you. So let's see here if you're going to take any action. Is Aquarius going to take any action towards this person mid-May to end of May, Spirit? Is Aquarius going to take any action towards this person mid to end of May? So we have the King of Wands coming out. Five of Cups. Seven of Pentacles. Can I get one more card, please? And Aquarius's actions. Two of Cups. All right. I do feel like you definitely may be recognizing, the pain that was caused between the two of you here with the Three of Swords. So there's a certain amount of sadness I'm getting off of your cards here. Kind of feeling like a missed opportunity on your side here, Aquarius. I do feel like with the King of Wands, I feel like you're really tempted mid-May to end of May to reach out to this person. I feel like you can't stop thinking about this situation with this person. You're thinking about them, probably when you like, as soon as your head hits the pillow here. You and this person are very different, so that could represent, different background, different, experiences growing up. It could be ethnicity, could be spirituality, but again, there's, something very special about the relationship that you have with each other. And again, I feel like you are really missing. Here's the Two of Cups here, and you're looking at those Three of Cups like a missed opportunity. And if you turn around, you see the Two of Cups. By the end of your actions here, you're seeing the Two of Cups. So I do feel like, Aquarius, I feel like you are really wanting to, take some action towards this person, feeling like you need to. Because again, I feel like you do have a certain amount of regret how things like happened, the falling out that you had between each other here. So, really thinking hard about the situation, this person, missing this person. And again, I feel like there's a certain amount of like sadness I'm getting off your cards here. And I feel like for a lot of you, walking away, for those of you that this might have been third party, upsetting the apple cart in order to be with the person that you want to be with. I feel like that also is playing on your mind, if that is your situation. I am getting that. So we did have message on the bottom of the Sacred Symbol deck. So again, I feel like you are feeling drawn to take some action, to do something here in mid-May to end of May. And King of Wands is usually, somebody, being bold. I feel like you're feeling like you need to do something here. Make a bold gesture here to rectify the situation with this person. And again, watching their social media, for those of you that have friends in common, you might also be asking your friends like, oh, have you seen so and so? Have they mentioned my name? Are they missing me? How are they feeling? So again, trying to really find out, how this person's currently doing, how they're feeling about you right now is, I feel like, really playing on your mind. And, again, going deep here, kind of like hiding your feelings. You may have not told this person truly how you feel about them as well. Like, oh, I'm fine. Like, I don't really care, if this person's in my life or not. But I feel like that's definitely not actually true. So, I feel like if you haven't told this person how you feel, Aquarius, I feel like you should. And if you really want to be with them, again, I feel like this person is open to, talking to you, receiving a message from you. I feel like they would love to hear from you. So I feel like it will be, they might be a little bit icy at first, but I feel like If that's where you're really being drawn to, if you really feel like this is your person, then I feel like you should take the opportunity and, take a chance on love here in this situation to kind of, get this person. If you really want this person to be in your life, I feel like you are going to need to take some bold action. I feel like you know that. So, yeah. So let's get some messages here from your person. Something you may not know. Some messages for Aquarius here. And again, guys, if it feels like it resonates the other way around, feel free to do that. So for majors that we got out, we have a fair amount of cups. So I do feel like, you and this person both care deeply for each other, regardless of, what happens between the two of you. I feel like just know that if I'm talking to a cross watcher here. And a lot of regret I feel about, everything that happened or that went down between the two of you. So we have some Cancer out, Pisces. Again, a lot of water energy coming out. And some fire. So usually by the time the whole reading's out, but I know you guys like to hear that. So let's see here. I'm going to split this deck in half first and do each half. I just can't hold it and shuffle the way I like to because this deck is too big. Messages for Aquarius from this person, please. All right, so we have, why do I feel so lost? The passion I feel is overwhelming. I don't know how to handle this. Painful memories. I can't make a decision. The bottom of the deck is, will this pain ever stop? And let's see what we get out of this half. Other messages for Aquarius from this person, please. All right, we have, I can't make you happy. My life is a mess right now. I don't know who I am anymore. I can't let go of you. Okay. I can't promise you anything. I wish I could understand you. A lot of messages. Holy smokes. And then this half of the deck, you've triggered me. So take it how it resonates here. Sometimes these messages, I feel like, is a combination here of, you as well as your person. I feel like definitely in the past here, if it was you, Aquarius, that wasn't ready, to be in a relationship with this person, this, I can't promise you anything and I can't make you happy. My life is a mess right now. Can definitely be, your energy for sure. So again, you're going to know better than me, but I do ask for messages from the other person, but sometimes, I feel like both come out at the end of the reading here. So this person's really missing you. I do feel like, there is still a lot of love here between the two of you, and I feel like it's definitely reconcilable. So you're going to have to, I guess, ask yourself the question here, Aquarius, is it worth taking some action to reconcile with this person, and be honest with yourself about how you actually feel about this person. And I feel like, if this isn't your first cycle with this person, or this has, happened more than once, then I think you should really, if you're going to make a move, I feel like you need to be decisive and really understand what it is that you're wanting in this situation. Because I feel like there's already been a lot of water under the bridge here, a lot of pain between the two of you. So I feel like you need to be sure that that's the direction that you want to go in. And that might be what the energy is right now. But I do feel like you're wondering how this person's feeling about you right now. Like, I feel like you might be worried about, looking foolish, right? But I feel like this person's open to hearing from you. And they are also missing you. And they don't really want to let you go either. So anyway, guys, I hope this reading helped. Hopefully it made sense. If it did resonate, if you could let me know by hitting that like button. As well, I do personal reads, so feel free to reach out to me. It's just sayitsoultarot@gmail.com. The email address is in the description box of this reading. So you guys take care, and I will see you guys in your June reading.